Hey, welcome to the Gadget Spot.
I feel welcome.
We're back.
I feel welcome as well.
We're back. It's been 2 weeks since you last heard from us.
And there's a few of you out there now.
So here we are. Let's start off with our intros. Podcast right. We got Owen.
Hey there, I'm Owen. I like gadgets, and you can find me at TechNoan. Is my Twitter handle. I have one of those now.
Do you know how to use Twitter?
Are you sure we can find you at
Nope.
Twitter?
Have you tweeted once?
No.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Okay, pull your phone out because we're going to sit here until you tweet for the first time.
You need to consummate that account on live on air.
We are taking your Twitter virginity.
Oh no. Let me see if I have.
Do you have the app installed?
I do have the app
Can you
installed.
can you get the app up?
I'm logging in.
Get it up. Come
You
on.
haven't even
I don't know if this is gonna work or will be time conducive.
you haven't even signed in yet.
No.
Do you feel too stressed out here?
I have a job that I work at.
So do we. We tweet sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Tony tweets while he's in the bathroom doing
you know what?
unspeakable things.
It's very speakable because everyone does it. And when else is a
Birds
better
do
time?
it.
Honestly, yeah, all over my car.
Cows do it.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
And Owen's doing it right now.
We could not verify your credentials.
Are you kidding me?
He's not even logged
Here,
into the
I will. I
into his
promise.
phone,
I
into the
will.
app.
I will get this set up before the end of the show
Oh my god!
and tweet something to somebody. Right? I tweet things to
you
people.
just tweet it out.
Just out.
Everyone sees it that wants to see it.
Oh.
You can do direct messages to people, or you can do a @ followed by their name, and then they get a notification saying, "Hey, so and so tweeted at you."
Yes.
So
1 out of 3 of us does not know how to use Twitter, and he's on this podcast.
hey, I am learning this Twitter thing. What is it? I mean, it's what? It's relatively new, right?
I
I mean, I'm pretty up to date. This
in
is like
terms of
6
the age
months,
of the
right?
Earth, yeah, it's pretty new.
yeah.
Okay.
In terms of technology years, it's pretty old.
Oh, I was thinking like 6 months. No.
No, it's been around a little longer than that.
Oh, dang.
Well, so you're going to catch up on that.
I'm going to get that fixed right now while you guys are introing yourselves.
Okay. Podcast left. Jaron.
I'm Jaron. I'm at Jaron on Twitter, and follow me or something. You don't have to. No, you don't really need to.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, wait, I do. Yeah, I do. That's very simple. Jaron is at Jaron. And I am Tony, a.k.a. Quad T Tony, a.k.a. Triple T, a.k.a. Too Tall Tony.
AKA shut up.
Okay. I have a lot of nicknames. You can find me on the Twitters at Quad T Tony if you want to follow my escapades of gadgety and video gamey and fart jokey things.
Mostly fart jokes.
There's a lot. I do like a good fart joke. In case you didn't notice at the end of the last episode when it ended with a fart noise.
I appreciated that.
Thank you.
Update on Owen tweeting. He is signed into his account.
Oh,
Hey.
see, 4 following, 7 followers, and 0 tweets.
All spam followers.
Wait, one of them's me. I know. I think.
Let's, hey, you got some, look at this. You got some default tweets you can send out.
Don't do that.
Twitter, I shouldn't do a default?
I
No.
dare you to
be like,
do a default.
Hello, Twitter. Hashtag my first tweet.
Do it. Are you gonna do it?
Done.
Now you pressed a button.
Default.
That's all he did.
That's it.
You did the default
That-
Twitter?
I wanted to go easy with my Twitter virginity.
All right, this is depressing. Let's
Hey,
move on.
I just got a notification. Owen just tweeted for the first time.
What does it say?
It says, "Welcome at Technoan to Twitter."
Oh,
It's telling me to welcome you,
oh yeah, because it's my first tweet.
but I'm not going to.
Oh,
Yeah, no one should.
Don't welcome Owen. Ridicule him for being so late to the party.
I tried to abstain from Twitter because I would spend so much time on it.
I don't think that's going to be a problem for you, honestly. All right, so first topic of discussion today, we have a mirrorless camera for the Sony fanboy over here.
Oh man, this I love Sony cameras.
You love Sony and you love cameras, so a Sony camera is like crack for you.
Yeah, it's like crack on Christmas.
Christmas crack.
Christmas crack. So now I'm not going to get into the Nikon Canon holy war. I understand those people who get those cameras and will never move. That's fine. But Sony cameras are for the other people out there.
For the other 2% of people that don't like Nokia or Nikon and Canon.
For you 2%ers out there. So, about 5 years ago, Sony released a new line of cameras called the NEX cameras. They're not Micro Four Thirds. They are mirrorless cameras. They have a larger sensor than Micro Four Thirds. It's an APS-C
But it's not
sensor.
But it's not a full sensor.
Sony does have full frame mirrorless sensors, but this camera in particular is just an APS-C sensor. But it's an update to their A6000 camera from 2 years ago. It's the A6300. And the main issue Sony's cameras have had in the last few years are the autofocusing.
Not good?
They were a little slow. But with the A6300, they claim it's the fastest autofocus in the world. It autofocuses in 0.05 seconds.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I've seen cell phone cameras that claim that kind of speed, though.
Well, then this article I'm reading is lying.
Because I think it's the Asus Zenfone 2 laser is supposed to focus in like 0.05.
Yeah, well, that's a camera phone, and this is a full-on nice camera.
Is it DSLR? Is it considered DSLR?
Yeah, it has removable lenses
okay.
and
That's
all
a
that stuff.
different class then.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I heard someone say it focuses as fast as they blink, pretty much.
Wow.
As fast as
You
their
could
eyes can
catch
focus.
A blink.
Yes.
Auto-focused.
You could catch a blink.
So this camera is very exciting, and it's pricey.
What are we talking?
Upwards of $1,000. Let me see.
For DSLR, that's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
I know my uncle, I think he has a D800, Nikon D800. I can't remember exactly what. Sorry, Kevin, I can't remember the exact model of camera you have, but I know he paid a pretty penny for that, and he quite enjoys it.
Yeah. And another issue Sony's cameras have had, these new types of cameras, is their lens selection. Since they came out with a brand new type of camera, their lens selection was very small, especially compared to Nikon or Canon. But they've been steadily increasing that over the years, and they actually just released a brand new set of E-mount lenses, they're called. And their new set of lenses are called G-Master.
G-Master.
It sounds like a sex toy.
It does indeed.
Or a rapper.
Yeah.
There we go.
A rapping
That's
sex
true.
toy,
A rapping,
perhaps?
perhaps. You don't know with people these days.
So, do they have any sort of like adapters so you can use other lenses?
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies out there that do stuff like that.
Yeah, they have adapters, but I mean, you're not going to buy a small camera, get a huge adapter, and put on a huge lens on there.
That's a good point. How big is the footprint on this body?
It's about the size. Oh, I have no idea how to explain that in words.
Do you want me to get you a whiteboard? Or?
Yes. It's smaller than your normal DSLR, of course, because it doesn't have a mirror in it. But
Right.
it's about the size of a point and shoot,
Okay.
only with a lens sticking out. So.
All right.
Yeah, and it looks like on Best Buy, where I'm looking at the price, just the base, just the body, no lenses, is like $1,000.
Yeah.
That was right on.
Coming around at $1,000.
Dag, yo.
So this is the camera of my dreams right now.
You want that, huh?
Well, I do want the full frame one, which is about $1,500 more, but that's a bit.
Is it going to be in the same size-ish, or is it a bigger camera?
It's about the same size.
So they just changed the internals.
Pretty much.
Huh.
It is probably a tiny bit bigger, but it's pretty much in the same size class.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's your gadget lust right now.
Mm-hmm.
Built-in Wi-Fi, NFC, right?
All that stuff. All of it.
All the things.
All the things.
All the things.
Thank you, Sony.
You're welcome, Owen.
Nice. Okay, so moving on from cameras, we have my re-review of the Surface Book.
Oh, we got a brand new one.
I got this new one, like we mentioned last time. They replaced it, and I gotta say, my experience with it has been 90% better. Not quite 100% better,
90%,
but 90% better. Yes, this one doesn't freeze up on me nearly as much, and it doesn't shut off on me like randomly at all. I haven't experienced that at all in the last couple weeks. So kudos to that. It must have just been some bad hardware, which I thought it was, but when you plop down the kind of dough that a Surface Book costs,
Surface Bro.
Surface broke.
You're a Surface Bro.
That's how you feel after you buy one. Surface broke. You don't want you expect it to work really good. You know, it's the same thing for people that want to buy like MacBook Pros. You're going to spend the money on a 15-inch MacBook Pro. You expect it to work really good. Now, understandably, the Microsoft Surface Book is a brand new piece of hardware, first gen, but you would think that they would have worked out any sort of odd bugs with their QA and as well as it is kind of just a more powerful, slightly different iteration of a Surface Pro, which they have 4 generations of out now.
Wow.
What I heard, actually, the new Intel Skylake processors, for some reason, they changed their power management settings, and a lot of manufacturers have had really hard times updating their firmware for that processor.
You're absolutely right. That's what I have read as well. And Microsoft pushed a bunch of updates for it yesterday. Firmware update, hardware driver update, all kinds of stuff. I think there was 6 specific updates. When it reinstalled, there were 3 different loading bars it ran through before it booted after it restarted. So, I mean, it made a lot of changes, and I got to say, in the day and a half I've had the new firmware, it's been really good. I did still have it blue screen on me when I brought out of sleep mode this morning, but
90% better.
90%
Not
better.
100%.
What gadgets don't blue screen? Come on.
Most gadgets don't. Most.
Many.
So your rating was a 3 out of 10 last time?
Gave it a 3 out of 10 last time. I'm going to bump it up to an 8.5.
Oh, wow. So you love your Surface Book more than Owen loves his kids.
Yes, because he only gave his kids
an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10
Yep.
when comparing them to his new phone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like this more than Owen likes his kids.
Wow. This makes me sound really, really bad.
Father of the year.
But
His wife is in labor right now, actually.
he just really loves it. He really just loves his Surface Pro.
I do.
That much more than I love my kids.
Yeah.
I love you, kids. And wife that is possibly in labor right now. I love you too.
It was no lie.
So, yeah, really neat piece of hardware. The software's finally catching up with it, and the main culprit, just like Jaron said, has been the Skylake processor from Intel. Has been given a lot of manufacturers issues, so they're working towards the firmware on that. But it was slow going to get that update out. It's been a couple of months since they released, but so far so good, and rescoring it at 8.5. So that's how I feel about that.
Well, why don't you just get one of these cool rip-off tablets then? That's what I went and looked at.
Owen.
I went and found. So, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Huawei?
I've heard of
Huawei.
Hawaii.
They made the Nexus 6P, which I love more than my kids.
Sorry,
kids.
Let's have a lesson here. It's pronounced Huawei.
Huawei. Thank you.
Yeah. there you
Jaron
go.
is very particular about
Huawei.
pronouncing technology words.
When you're calling it Hawaii, there's a problem.
Huawei. Huawei.
Just pronounce each letter specifically.
They should have a translation
Huawei.
thing under there, like everything else. If
Yeah.
they want to spell their name weird or normal to them, they should do a thing.
Put a phonetic spelling
Merca.
next to it.
Anyway,
Okay,
so
Huawei.
Huawei. Thank you, Jaron. So they did a tablet ripoff, but the tablet itself is made by Huawei, who made the Nexus 6P, who I love. I'm just gonna. That's
Just
it.
going with
That's permanent.
It's Huawei.
It's Huawei now. Anyway, these guys made a tablet ripoff. Not as I mean.
You mean a Surface ripoff?
A Surface ripoff. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
It looks a lot like a Surface.
Doesn't it look a lot like a Surface? Like I was actually looking at it, and I think the main draw for it in the industry right now is that it's not married to Microsoft. So you could throw a version of Linux on there, the Android software specifically.
It doesn't come with an OS?
It does come. I think it comes with an out of the box. Actually, I didn't see that. Maybe it does. Maybe you get to choose. I don't know.
So you could put the Ubuntu tablet OS
you could
on
put the Ubuntu tablet OS or
Why?
Because Ubuntu.
No.
But yeah, you could do that, or some people have been talking about dual booting a Microsoft tablet version and the Android version, Oryx version of your choosing.
So I'm seeing a lack of specs here on the article. Do you know what they are?
You know what? No, I pulled this. This article is actually from Gizmodo.com. You can actually go see the Huawei. Their
Huawei.
the Huawei. You can
Hua?
see them. You can see their article where Gizmodo pretty much bashes this tablet.
Oh, they.
But they're not very nice to it. They're like, oh yeah, of course somebody's going to release yet another ripoff of the Surface. But I did find another article on this. It says it's the hybrid PC is believed to rock both Windows 10 and Android OS with EMUI.
So, well, the reason I ask is because if it doesn't have an x86 chip in it, you're going to get Windows 10 poopy.
The garbage version.
The garbage version that's on the phones.
It doesn't
Yeah,
exist
the
on
mobile-
tablets anymore.
And it doesn't even exist
So
on
it has
Yeah.
to be a x86 processor.
Yeah, for sure. But it's look for it. It's called the Mate Book. If you want to go,
the Mate Book?
the Mate Book. If you want to go check it out. But
They need one
I don't know,
guy that speaks English in that company.
it'd be I don't know. It'd be fun to see something that could possibly dual boot, and
Whoa.
and possibly dual boot into both OSs. But who knows? So
Well, why? Okay, well, yeah, all right. We're just going to leave that alone. I just think, why would you want to boot to Windows and Android? I mean,
dude, why not?
What would be the point?
Have you ever been a tinkerer before? I love to tinkle.
All right,
Tinker.
all right. I guess if you're a tinkler, you might want to do that.
Tinkerer.
Or if you're somehow linked into some sort of hybrid work environment where you need both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening.
I don't either, but I'm just look. He asked a question. I gave an answer.
Gave an answer. Yeah. So speaking of Windows 10 and being it on a phone, and
We need a dirge. Do you guys have some music or
and how it doesn't
soundtrack?
exist
Can we play a dirge
on
in the background?
tablet. Oh, we should, but we don't have that. So anyway,
So
this is what you teased last episode.
yeah. So
The epic conclusion.
it's not epic is I don't know.
I
So
think the death of a whole OS is pretty epic.
Yeah.
So I threw out my taunt to my friend, my buddy Adam Shieldmeyer, who is I name him Mr. Microsoft. He is the most integrated into Microsoft products person that I've ever met, and loves them and runs them like a master.
Would you call him a super fan? Super fan boy.
I think they call him for support.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know about that. I made that up. But he's really good at it. And anyway, so I threw it out there to him. I said, hey, so Windows Phone is dead. That's all I said. I read an article about it, and I wanted to tease him. And pretty much they did. So, if anybody's ever used the Windows operating system on their phone, they most likely don't have that phone anymore.
Hey, it's true. I was one of them.
I was as well. I thought it'd be really cool to be able to do remote desktop to my computer from anywhere and file sharing without having to worry about blah, 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 blah falls on its face.
All things you can do on iPhone and Android anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in order to fully integrate with like Active Directory and like the directory services in a corporation for like corporate environments and stuff it's a pretty big deal to be able to stay in the environment without having to stitch things together.
They had a lot of potential and unfulfilled promises, I guess you could say.
So let's rewind.
Why is it dead? Okay, rewind.
5 years ago, 4 years ago,
2002,
a
12.
number of years ago, they announced Windows Phone 7.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful. I was so excited. So excited that I actually bought a phone with Windows Phone 7 on it. But then Microsoft didn't do anything with it. They were way slow releasing updates.
It languished.
It did. Then with Windows Phone 8, they did like a rehaul on the whole system. So apps that were written for Windows Phone 7 no longer worked on Windows Phone 8 pretty much. It was a big nightmare. And they didn't court developers well at all. If I were Microsoft, I would have just gave them a huge pile of cash and say, make an app. But they didn't seem to do that. And here we are today.
Well, see, the question that I don't even know if Microsoft knows the answer. I mean, I'm sure they say they do, but what is the end goal of a Windows Phone? Is it exactly what you said, Owen? Full integration with all your business solutions, or
Just think they wanted a piece of the pie.
That's what rubs me as well.
I think they just wanted a piece of the pie. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out. The article I read about it, and in fact, the article where I got that heading, "The Windows Phone is dead," actually lists some stats about their sales, and basically, so Microsoft and Nokia, who pushed the Windows Phone, you can get a Microsoft phone or a Nokia phone with that, and they pushed it. They did 4.5. Or they did 110 million sales
over the course of how long?
It doesn't say, but in the same time period, as a comparison,
Okay.
Android sold 4.5 billion devices. So there's a little bit of a disparity there.
Wow.
Between the two sales, and it just shows kind of the downward trend where people got into it and loved it at first. I felt like it was strong. I wanted to love it, and I mean, I was excited to have somebody that was actually intelligent besides Siri for the iPhone. The Cortana. If you're a Halo fan like I am, I was super excited about Cortana.
Yeah.
Super excited that Cortana got pulled into Windows 10 for that reason.
Cortana didn't come out on Windows Phone until years after.
No,
it was
totally,
released.
totally. It was just this new release they pushed it for, and they put it into beta, and it was going to be the big thing, and it kind of petered off and died. But when I brought up the Windows Phone being dead to my buddy Adam, he said that he sent me an article, and I wish I could find the article. I'm going to see if I can find it really quick while we're talking. But he sent me an article that basically said Microsoft just doesn't care. They were like, it's a failed experiment. They have the money to waste on it. And
but are they going to continue to waste the money is the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Are they going to try and push something out and repair it, or are they just going to be like, well, lesson learned, see you later, we're not in this market?
The thing is,
shop.
they've integrated it so closely with Windows 10. Pretty much Windows Phone and Windows Computer is kind of the same thing now. So I don't know how much development they need to dedicate to it, since it's kind of the same thing now.
They were claiming, and they still are, universal apps. They're supposed to run on both the Windows Phone OS as well as
and they do
the Windows 10 OS.
Well, and they
the
also
desktop.
built in. They were thinking an emulator into 10 that would run Android apps.
Yeah, they canned that though.
Yeah. Well, BlackBerry did the same thing,
Yeah.
and
That never works.
no.
Nope.
So I guess they don't have to keep pushing. The biggest problem I see that Windows 10 has right now, two problems Windows Phone 10 has, is app support, which Jaron already brought up, and hardware.
Oh, the hardware's terrible.
Their hardware, they have a refresh cycle for their high-end hardware once every 2.5 years.
I think it's like 18 months, but still, that is way
That's
too long.
way too long.
Yeah. And they spent all this money on Nokia, and they're doing nothing with it.
They sold it. They sold Nokia off a while ago.
Well, they sold the other parts of Nokia. They kept the hardware division.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah. You're
they
right.
pretty much just laid everyone off and said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. And so Nokia has a history of making really good hardware.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Now it's just the dregs of Microsoft.
And their latest Lumia that Microsoft put out,
it's barely a
yeah.
mid-range phone. Was it a 650 or something like that?
No, I mean, even like the 950 or whatever it was called, it came out a few months before that. That hardware on that wasn't even good. It was plasticky. It lost all of its design language that Nokia used to have.
Yeah, it definitely did. Now the internal specs were up to snuff on that.
Yeah,
It was,
mostly.
But they just released or announced, I can't remember which, a new Windows phone. But they're crawling back into the mid-range segment, trying to gain that.
And it's not even cheap mid-range either. It's $200.
Yeah, and so it's just I can't figure out what they're trying to do with it.
Yeah.
Well,
and talking about that site where they basically said we released a dud, but we got money to burn. So there's an article, if you go to winbeta.org is where I pulled this from. But so from a public perspective, the failure of Windows Phone does matter. Microsoft launched a dud product that very publicly failed and has severely hampered any chance of winning the mobile race. But looking at Microsoft's earnings, it's easy to see why the company, or more broadly, its shareholders aren't bothered.
Well, see, and that's the difference. You see, you bring up a good point, because if Apple were to release a dud like that,
sure,
its stock would plummet.
That's 60% of their business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas with Microsoft, this is a small piece of their pie.
They were just, like I said, just trying Just trying to get a piece of the pie.
Get a piece of the mobile pie.
So I'm not sure, saying the Windows Phone is dead. Yeah, most likely. Like, I'm not going to buy one and,
no.
ever.
No way.
And, both the iPhone and, all the other Android providers out there have come such a long way in everything they do. It's like, I'm not going to start over at the drawing board at the bottom.
And it's such a shame, too, because Windows knows how to put out some good hardware. The Surface line, after the first gen was a little janky because it was first gen. But after that, it's been a really solid piece of hardware.
And rumors are that their next phones will be more integrated with the Surface line.
And that's
what I hear.
That's cool. That's freaking cool if they can pull it off. But it's just like they kind of gave up for the last couple of years as far as the phone goes.
I think they were really pushing their Windows 10 agenda, and just kind of let it go quietly into the night.
And their way of pushing Windows 10 was to bring back the start menu.
Yeah.
And give it to people for free.
Both good choices.
Yeah, which is definitely the way they should have gone. It's a smart way to go, but it's just interesting how they decided to do that.
I think we need a little pick-me-up after that.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
So...
Pick me up, Jaron. 2
words. That's hyphenated. It's one word. Go-karts.
That word's hyphenated?
Yeah. Go-kart.
Huh. I never knew it was.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm already excited.
What are we talking about? I love go-karts when I fit in them. I love them when I fit in them.
Yep.
So I don't love very many of them.
You may not love this one then.
Dang it.
This one's meant more for kids, but it's so cool. I have to talk about it. It's from a company called Active with an E, Active Motors.
Okay.
Anyway, it's this go-kart that's connected to technology. It's got GPS built in.
Smart cart.
Wi-Fi, so you can connect it to your phone. But the things it does is it's really, really awesome. So it's meant for kids and
for kids.
For kids. And
that's why we're talking about it here.
Exactly. But parents, it has a lot of features so their kids can be safe. So for example, it connects to your phone and you can tell a go-kart how fast you want it to go, like the maximum speed.
It has a governor.
Yeah.
It does have a
that
governor.
Can be adjusted
Smart
in real
governor.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
It can be.
That's fun.
It's like a slider on the app. It goes up to 12 miles per hour.
Cut them down to 1 or 2 just starting out. Or
Yeah.
You need to walk more, son. I'm turning your go-kart down so it's slower.
The really cool feature, though, is GPS. So you can set GPS geofences. So if you just want your child to stay in the cul-de-sac, you put a geofence at the end of the cul-de-sac, and if the go-kart goes over that geofence, it'll just shut off.
Oh, geofences that's genius for a kid.
Yeah.
For a kid's toy that can move them around.
I need that for like electroshock that I can like hang around my kid's neck.
Wow,
Just geofence.
He loves his kids 8 out of 10.
I love them.
8 out of 10.
Look, 10 out of 10
would make
maybe
another.
not, but
Maybe this new one will be more. More.
we got another
better.
one coming, so maybe this one
There's
will be a
always
10.
8 out of 10, good with rice, would make another.
But the quality of this go-kart, it's nice. It's like it has a metal chassis, pneumatic rubber tires, so it's like really quality stuff. And
What's the cost on this bad boy?
$600.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
not bad at
that's
all.
not bad.
Actually,
I mean,
not
when
that
we're,
bad.
how much is a Power Wheels? Because those things are
It's probably half the
horrible.
price.
Yeah. So
I think I'm light enough where I probably would be able to use it myself.
Jaron, I'm sure
'Cause
you're
it's-
light enough.
It's
that you
meant
could
for
use
like
that.
5 to 11-year-olds or whatever.
Yep.
definitely fall within that range.
So this is my dream right here.
Wait, but
It's like that quadcopter from the other day.
Yeah, you're the only one that can ride in that.
There's this whole segment of gadgets that applies to me, but not to you guys.
I know.
Because of your weight.
Hey,
Hey, height.
it's because
Oh,
of
sorry.
my,
Height.
we're gonna say it's because of my general body mass.
Now these men are not fat. I'm just extremely small. That's all.
But you do know you could just go drive a car.
But it's not close to the ground, and it's not
Actually,
open
these,
in the air.
these cars aren't actually that much smaller than the car he has.
and there
Good
was
point.
And
talk.
there's no governor on that car.
Going back to the go-karts.
You ruined him. you ruined him.
You ruined me. But anyway, there's talk of like more things you can do with their system. Like you could have like a faux Mario Kart thing where you could like push a button and it'll like
Make
do something to their cart.
like a laser style. I like
Spin them around like if they hit a banana peel.
On a useless side note, I like the font they used for their logo. That's cool.
Yeah.
Scroll it down, right here. Keep going, like that. That looks cool. That's cool font.
Active.
Yes, the
That's
V
pretty
and the
cool,
A
though.
are the same letter, only upside down.
I know.
It's awesome. I really want one.
Now you really piqued my interest with the Mario Kart-esque features.
That would be
really neat.
Fun, real life Mario Kart.
Now where's my size? I want a Sasquatch size one, so
And
I can.
it has proximity sensors, so if you get close to another one, it won't. Or if you get close to a car or like a sidewalk, it'll like slow down and brake for you.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Genius.
pretty
Cow.
cool. Assuming it comes to market and does everything they say it does, but they've got quite a bit of press this last week, so hopefully that happens, and hopefully my 18-month-old son can drive one because I want to buy one.
You might be waiting a few years.
Yeah, maybe you can. Maybe can you do pre-programmed pathing and stuff? Maybe you can just send him on a loop in the cul-de-sac.
Well, see,
You'd love that.
when I was looking at it, I saw the phone app, and I thought to myself, can you remote control this thing from your phone?
Sit in
Oh.
a, just, can you imagine
so
just leaning back with like a glass of lemonade on your front porch and driving your kid around? I mean, we've all seen the YouTube videos
That's
of like
awesome
the guy
parenting
with
right there.
the yeah.
What are you doing? Playing with my son. Driving him around in his
In
go-kart.
between games of Pocket Morty, Pocket Morty's. I drive him, taking a couple turns around the neighborhood.
Speaking of Pocket Morty, quick side note. How's your Pocket Morty going?
I started Pocket Morty's last week, and I have not been doing well on my sleep schedule because of it.
Oh.
So because I don't have a lot of time during the day, but it's been taking up a lot of time during my day. So it's been fun.
Did you ever play Pokemon when you were younger?
I got into Pokemon
Okay, because it's almost the exact same thing as
last
Pokemon.
year.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. See, I didn't start playing Pokemon
When he
until
was
like
younger.
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
like when I was a kid, like
technically,
like a
yes.
year ago or so, I got into Pokemon. Actually, my kid got a Game Boy, the DSi.
You
Okay.
got a DSi, you mean?
He did, and I taught him how to play Pokemon.
Dad, can I play Pokemon?
Yeah.
Not yet, son.
Let me just level up. Oh, you released him?
8 out of 10, son. You're an 8 out of 10.
You're 8 out of 10. That's not good enough to trade Pokemon on your own. So
Give me the Game Boy.
It was good. We played through, and so it was fun to get back into an RPG after a long time. But
Yeah.
one of these types of.
So, what's your highest ranking Morty? Like, what's your highest level?
I just merged some. If you play the game, you can merge Mortys.
Yeah,
And accidentally merged one.
because you didn't know what you were doing.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
It's kind of like Twitter with me. I mean, anyway.
Pushes and
and,
buttons, sees what happens.
And I got a really cool Morty that kills everybody on like the first shot. So
Nice.
yeah, hipster Morty.
Oh,
So
okay.
He came in at level 20, which is like 6 levels above all my other guys.
Oh, really?
So
Yes.
that just worked out. So anyway, Pocket Mortys, check that out. Listen to the other podcasts, you'll hear more about it. But
Yeah, it's good stuff. I
it's
got
a fun game.
The Morty you start out with, it's not affiliated to a paper, rock, or scissors category. I have my Morty's up to level 34. I
Oh,
think.
nice.
So
Yeah,
I really want.
it definitely the music. I took your recommendation. I know how to play all my mobile games on silent
Yeah.
because I'm doing it in the bathroom or at church.
Like a bird.
What else are you doing in the bathroom?
So I don't nothing. Playing
Well,
my
that's a
phone.
conversation killer.
Anyway, so anyway, but
Bad
I
Jerry.
turned on the music at your recommendation.
It's good,
and
huh?
it's really good music.
Yeah.
Like the music they put into it is not just your run of the mill.
No, it's like
It's really good.
it's what is it called? Bit tuning.
Yeah, it's like
Bit tuned versions of
Yeah.
songs you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And then of course you got all the sound drops from
Yeah.
Rick and Morty
Yep.
with Rick.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What do we got here, Morty? This is a pretty good little
Yeah.
map we got here.
Yep. So I checked that out at your recommendation, and I've been playing with it, and it's
Nice.
been a lot of fun.
Nice. So Fallout 4, speaking of video games, I'm going to review that because I teased last time that I would. I put about 90 hours into that game so far.
Ooh.
Wow. And, well, I mean, that sounds like a lot, but it's about half of what I put into The Witcher 3, so there's that to consider. Fallout 4 it's hard to really just give a rating to because it's a it's a Bethesda game, so it's huge and open world, and it does what a lot of Bethesda games do really well. It also does what a lot of Bethesda games do poorly, just as poorly.
Graphics.
Graphics they've gotten better actually. With the last patch release, 1.3, I played on PC. They've added a couple of new things like God Rays and HBOA Plus, I think was added in the last one. So it started out as a pretty good looking game, and it's gotten better as they've added to it. There's definitely better looking games out there. It's you could say that Fallout 4 is like a Chevy sedan of video games as far as graphics go.
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done. Looks pretty good. It's got some neat contours, but there's a lot better looking games.
Not winning any awards with it.
No. Gameplay, really good, really open. You can basically, if you don't want to do the main story, you don't have to. If you don't do any of the story, if you don't have to, or if you don't want to, you just pick a direction on the map and head that way and kill things and level up your character along the way, open up new perks and everything. And so as you're going, you can just basically do whatever you want. But that's also kind of the weakness of it, is because you get so caught up in all the random stuff you can do that you kind of lose track of the story quests and things like that. And Bethesda doesn't have a very strong storytelling ability, and so you have to tell yourself to go, okay, I want to do the quest now, because it's not, the story's not that good. It's all right, but there's tons of better stories out there.
Yeah, that's where BioWare really excels.
Now they know how to tell a story.
Yeah, in Mass Effect, Dragon Age, they have great stories. But that's kind of the big drawback for me, is games that you have to spend 90 hours on to beat.
Yeah, well, you're a completionist too.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
So
I have to do every single side quest, or else I cannot stop playing the game.
But did this
it's
game
a personal problem.
Did it take 90 hours to complete, or was
if I
would have got through that in like 20, 30 hours,
yeah,
you'd have gone straight through?
That's the thing. If I would have just done the main quest and some of the associated side quests that help flesh out the main story, probably 20 or 30 hours, 40 tops. But like I said, you get distracted along the way, because that's the best part about a Bethesda game, is getting distracted. So, I mean, I sound a little bit negative on this game.
The best part and the worst part?
Yeah, it's the best and the worst, because it draws you away from the main story. And if you're a completionist in any form, it's just like, I don't want to go back and finish that because it was mediocre at best. But it's better than mediocre, but it's just, yeah. Anyway, I sound like I'm down on the game, but in reality, I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time putting in the 90 hours or so that I did. And I'm definitely going to go back to it when the DLC comes out. I bought the season pass, and there's supposed to be some DLC coming out for it this March, so next month. And I'm definitely going to go back and play through some of that action. But I would give that game... it's hard to say, because it's got so many good things, but it's also got a few things that are annoying about it that, to me, they're a big deal, because I'm a huge story guy. I love playing a game for the story that it's telling. I'm going to give it a 7.
Good.
So
not
good.
Great.
Good, not great. It's a solid game. If you have any sort of interest in the Fallout series, you should definitely play it. And if you just like open world games as well, it's definitely worth a play, 100%.
If you have children, maybe not.
Yeah, if you get sucked into games and don't want to lose all your time on it, I definitely would not play it. But yeah, I'd give it a 7, maybe 7.5. But play at your own risk. That's what I'm gonna say. So, what was it that you wanted to talk about next? The batteries. Yes.
Some more BS here.
Hey, battery! It's my favorite thing.
This is a segment we're calling the BS.
The battery segment. The BS.
There's a reason for that, because
it's all BS.
It is. Every time we read about new batteries, it's like to get our hopes up, and then that never happens.
Never comes to market.
All vaporware.
Never does anything.
So the magic thing now is pollen. They're going to use pollen,
like from flowers?
Yes.
What?
To increase batteries. Well, not the actual pollen, but the unique microstructures found within pollen can be replicated to enhance battery storage. But with every single battery technology that is talked about, it will never see the light of day, because we live in a terrible, terrible world.
It's like we have science conspiring against us for batteries. They tease it and they never do anything. What is this pollen supposed to be able to do, though? Like, is it just that they've examined pollen to the point where they say this chemical structure, if replicated correctly, could enhance battery life?
Yeah, so pretty much turning pollen into a carbon anode with a more efficient microstructure than graphite helps them get a better...
Here's the thing. Graphite has been the golden goose of batteries for the last few years. Battery rumors saying we're going to use graphene and graphite and all this, nanotubes.
All they needed was pollen.
And, well, the point I'm making is we haven't even seen anything come to market with that stuff yet.
Not even a little bit.
And now they're already saying, oh, that's old news. We're going to do pollen batteries.
And I've seen that where they use carbon. Anything carbon-based now, they've been able to use the carbon to make batteries. Like I saw one. I didn't do this last time, but I had it on there and I kind of scrapped it because, whatever, battery, vaporware. We didn't have a BS section back then.
We've come a long way.
We've come a long way. And but they use leaves. Like they used an oak leaf and burned it into like 1,300 degrees and till there was nothing left but the carbon structure, and then turned it into a battery.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. We're using nature for batteries. Pollen.
I don't know. A lot of people are allergic to pollen.
So maybe.
Are they going to be allergic to these batteries? We should be pursuing these questions. These are very important questions.
Huge.
Is that battery hypoallergenic? I don't know if I can use it.
That's a whole new thing. They're gonna have to. We sell batteries that may have been around or produced from pollen.
I'm just gonna go outside and grab some leaves and some flowers and shake the flowers onto the leaf, so it dumps the pollen on. I'm just gonna burn it, and it'll be a battery when I'm done. Ta-da!
Science.
Yeah.
Science right there.
Just shake a flower into your phone and hope for the best.
I'm sure it'll work just fine. This other thing I wanted to look at on here, microwavable notebook.
Oh my gosh. So I kind of want to bring up this kick it or keep it segment where I search for gadgets online to review and look at and play with, and that I really am interested in.
Well, it'd be more of a preview, not a review.
Yeah, preview, sorry. And they all lead back to two places.
Where?
Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
So it's all just people's ideas.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
really
stuff that's actually coming to market.
Really, really
anytime
cool videos that have been created.
I have some negative feelings about Kickstarter projects. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I have a little bit of distrust.
I've backed a few, and I can't honestly say that I've had a good experience with anything I've backed on Kickstarter.
Nothing?
Except for maybe software.
Oh.
I back some of the games that I think look really good from teams that I'm familiar with that have worked on other games. Those work out. But every piece of hardware I've tried to buy on Kickstarter, and see, I just used it incorrectly. Kickstarter isn't a marketplace.
It's not.
It's not a pre-order shop.
No. You donate and you might,
Yeah.
if they ever make it, you'll get a first gen.
And they keep trying to tell everyone that, but we all know what it is. It's a pre-order shop.
It is.
You're looking at that saying, you know what? I want whatever that is that they're talking about. I'm going to give them some money, and they're going to give me that product.
Hardware is hard.
It is.
You have to have a really, really trusted team who knows what they're doing to be able to produce anything close to being good.
The best experience I've had was with a company called Noti, N-O-T-T-I. I backed their thing called it is called the Noti. The name of the company is Wetty, I think.
There's some terrible names.
Anyway, it was this LED kind of geometry looking thing, light basically, that was supposed to be used for like notifications and stuff on your phone, so you can just like set it on your desk, and if you get a notification and your phone's on silent, you'll be aware of it because it'll light up and flash in a certain sequence or a certain color, and it does everything that they said it would, and that's actually been pretty good. I just overall I was disappointed just because I don't know what I expected exactly, but it wasn't as cool as I thought it'd be. But they did deliver on it.
It did what it said it would.
Yeah,
do.
So I guess in that respect, that one was okay. But I backed the Ouya. Do you remember that?
I do.
The Ouya was a pile of garbage.
Yeah.
$100 for an Android platform gaming console.
Ooh.
I was so excited for that thing. I thought it was going to be the first steps toward another competitor in the console market. I knew that one wasn't going to be it because they were using like the NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor, which at the time was pretty good, but still wasn't up to like.
Once they finally released it, it wasn't that good.
That's the thing is once they finally released it, it was the previous gen at that point.
Did you get one?
I got one.
Oh yeah,
I got one, and it was junk.
One good thing came out of the Ouya,
What's that?
Towerfall.
Okay, but then they just ported that to PS4.
They ported it to PS4. It's
good.
a wonderful game.
It's good now.
But it started on the Ouya.
But that system in general, I think it's been bought and sold, that company, at least 2 times.
And didn't Razer buy it?
Razer is the owner of them right now at this point, and they haven't said what they're going to do with it. I don't even why'd they buy him? Like I don't know. But I can't remember. I think there's another 1 or 2 things I've backed that they come and I'm just like, this is weak sauce. But
so
what do you got?
So in my Kickstarter, I tend to spiral
over
when I when I get on Kickstarter. I get so sucked in.
It becomes your black hole.
I fall into it. But as I was looking at cool stuff, I got this. I found it's called the Rocket Book. Let me just make sure I say this right. The Rocket Book Wave, cloud connected, microwavable notebook.
Why would you want to put it in a microwave?
I'm getting there. So you draw on this thing. It's cloud connected. Apparently,
what does that mean?
The pen, as you draw,
the cloud knows.
The cloud, dude. Just add the cloud. The cloud.
It's the
just
cloud.
put it in front of things, and it makes money. That's all you need to know. You put the cloud in front of things,
Hey, does that have the cloud?
Making money.
Oh,
bam!
man.
That's all you do.
I'll take 2.
So this notebook,
As long as it's got the cloud.
So you draw in the notebook. It's connected to an app on your phone. Whatever. It automatically translates. It's got what makes it microwavable, which is what interested me, because I thought, why would I ever microwave?
Does it charge the battery?
Nope. So what's got is the pen.
Okay.
That you have. It's an actual pen. It's not a stylus. It doesn't write digitally.
Okay.
The pen uses thermochromic ink, which when you apply heat to it,
erases.
It erases. So this is like an adult Etch-a-Sketch. Where we can. Anyway,
adult. Why didn't you just say adult Etch-a-Sketch?
I think that's why he didn't say it.
Yeah,
that's hard to say
because it's got too many syllables, and I needed the suspense really.
Even slowing down, you can spit it out.
So when you're done writing in this notebook and you've drawn everything, you then can use some form of heat to erase everything in it. Now they show on the Kickstarter page using a hairdryer to erase the ink. I don't carry one of those around with me.
You don't?
No, I don't know. So
me neither.
Maybe if
I got one.
Oh,
you've got one. Wow. So the other way you can do is they have made it no metal. They make it so you can throw it in the microwave. It heats everything all at once.
No.
It's much easier to carry a hairdryer with you than a freaking microwave.
I disagree. Not really. I don't really have any argument there.
So here, that's confusing to me because from what I understand about microwaves is it agitates liquid molecules.
Molecules, right?
So what does it agitate in that? If there's no,
you pour water on it.
Is that what you do? You
so
pour water on it first?
in the video, she puts it in the microwave with a cup of water.
Oh, okay.
And then the heat.
So the heat boils the water, creating steam.
Steam, and I guess the steam then
erases the contact of the steam.
Yeah.
Science.
Okay.
But the idea of an erasable notebook's kind of cool.
How many pages does it have?
It's like a full pad of paper.
Really?
Yeah. So you can check it out. But
and then so being cloud connected, does that mean whatever you write in there you can upload?
Yeah. So when you write it on there, you take a picture of it with your app, and it's got all this in-app features that pull it right onto your phone. And
so that's what it means by cloud connected.
Yeah. So
you can take a picture of it and have the picture of what you drew
on your phone. Image processing. So it's got image processing, and
that's the dumbest thing I've
so
ever
the pens
heard of.
So one book plus a pen is $27.
At least it's not expensive.
See, I thought the pen was like one of those live scribe where it would transfer whatever you drew.
And that's what I thought too.
No, this is actual thermochromic ink. So when the pen runs out,
you're done.
You're buying more pens.
Oh,
so
maybe you can get a thermochromic refill. Take it into Office Depot and be like,
has it been funded?
Let me check that. Hold on. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Who are you?
totally have.
Who are these people?
I need to make something stupid and put it on Kickstarter.
I as well
Need
thought
to
I
get-
found out that I'm in the wrong business and need to.
We need to do it on Indiegogo because they don't require.
A working prototype. That's the other thing I found out. I was going to bring up in this segment is in my travails through everything. See, Kickstarter, at least I can get behind because they have to have a working prototype when they bring it in.
Yeah, I thought I could too.
Indiegogo, but
Let's just draw
Burned.
some rough
Burned.
sketches
Yeah.
on a piece of paper, post it Indiegogo, and ask for some money.
And make the Skrilla.
yep. So I have 2 more things in there that I thought were cool. Actually, maybe just one more that I want to share. But it's the Tesla suit. You guys heard of the
Anything-
Tesla suit?
This sounds
Is this
awesome. I don't even know what it is, but this sounds awesome.
It's a haptic suit you wear for playing video games.
Oh, I have
to
heard
feel
about this.
to feel the video
Now-
game.
No, this is terrible.
Have you read the book Ready Player One?
I have not read that
Have
book.
you guys heard of this book?
I have
I
heard
have
of that
heard of
book.
it.
It is actually a really entertaining book, and the technology that they use in Ready Player One takes place probably a couple decades in our future. In this virtual world that everyone goes to every day to do whatever they need to do or play games or whatever, if you have enough money, when you go into that virtual world, you use it. You put on one of these haptic suits, so it feels as though you're actually in this virtual world.
Nice.
So this
Well,
is exactly what they are
so
talking about.
What drew me to it was the fact that it kind of looked like Tron. And
Yeah, I could see that.
as I was, and I love that movie, but I pulled this up a few days ago as I was digging through the internet, and February 2nd, it got canceled. The funding was canceled. So my hopes and dreams of a Tron-based haptic suit for feeling the video game Halo, which is the one I play.
So you want to feel like you're getting shot?
I think I do. The advertising makes me feel and think that I should feel that.
The guy on this Kickstarter page looks so happy wearing it.
Yeah, he totally does. Doing
That looks
jazz
like
hands.
Total bliss. Doing jazz hands with a Tesla suit.
He's playing a way better game than Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't
Or
think
at
that's
least-
the haptic suit. I think that's just a sweatshirt. But
Yeah, this looks like his
I love
pajamas
this
to me.
sweatshirt.
yeah, like Tesla themed casual jacket. Anyway, so I'm gonna say that's a no go on that one.
Yeah.
But the book, the Rocket Wave, maybe. I mean, if I got one for free, I don't think I'd pay money to have one. I just don't draw or take notes enough. My handwriting is horrible. That's why I learned to type. Or maybe it's being bred out of us in modern society that
Well,
we need to
See,
write.
paper's cheap, pens are cheap, and anyone can take a picture with their cell phone.
Yeah.
Right?
So you might as well. You could buy 10 notepads and 10 pens for that for that cost, and
No,
then
even more than that.
And you could probably still microwave them if you wanted to.
yeah, I'm sure you could.
to no end, but you could microwave them.
Neat concept, though. I mean, I will say it is kind of neat, but
and
it
follow up
seems
on
kinda
this
pointless.
microwaving pens concept and come back to us next week.
I will. I'll see if I can. I'll see what happens. I'll
All
put
right.
a cup of pens in the microwave and
Actually, you might not even have to do that because pens are liquid, so you don't
Oh.
even need the water.
just throw them in and
Just put them in and turn it on. See what happens.
see what happens. Got it. Follow
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, let us know
Blame
how
it-
that
I'm going to
goes.
blame it on my kids.
Jeez.
That's what 8 out of 10 kids
8 out
do.
of 10.
That's how they act, and they're. I
think
wouldn't
I
be
was
shocked at all.
I think I was an 8 out of 10 kid because I put an egg in water in a Tupperware container in the microwave when I was
Tried to
younger.
boil it?
I tried to hard boil it in the microwave.
I did not use
That
the
sounds
water.
so logical.
That's what I said. I don't want to dirty an entire pan. To
That's a 10 out of 10 kid.
and well, it blew the door off the microwave.
Same,
It got
I had the same.
everywhere.
I had the same experience.
You did it too.
I did not use water,
Eggs
Oh.
do that?
and
Oh,
I put it
yeah.
in for
Oh
a
my
good
gosh, that's
3
awesome.
minutes.
yeah,
So,
I put it in for 6.
yeah. So.
I did Tupperware, water, egg, lid, and then set it for 6 minutes and went into the living room to watch TV. About 4 minutes, I heard this.
I had
boom.
I did not have the same. I opened the door and the egg exploded mostly in my
Oh,
face.
really? Yeah,
So
see, this
I
blew
got burn marks on my face.
This blew the door open and egg went everywhere.
awesome.
It was pretty crazy.
Yep, 8 out of 10.
I
kid
really
for
want to
sure.
do this. I got to bring some eggs to work tomorrow.
It's a perfect place to do it because you can
Set
just
and
walk
forget
away.
it. Set and forget it.
Ah,
They'll never
someone who did that?
What a hooligan! Who would do that?
Can you believe these people?
So
I think that about wraps it up. Unless
Yeah.
you guys, anything else you wanted to hit on?
just the expos. You guys doing any tech expos this year? You gonna try and get into any gadget? I dug into those.
See, I think we should all try and hit up CES.
I am planning on. I
January.
registered. I
Yes.
registered to receive a notification when
Nice.
when they are registering. So I've got that out. But as I do this, like I do, I fell into the internet and I found a whole bunch of other ones, like the China Information Technology Expo.
We have to go to China.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll pass.
The air here is already bad enough. I don't need to go to China to breathe their air.
So anyway, yeah, check that out. I don't know. I pulled down their PDF of registered people looking for maybe Sony, maybe some other, maybe these.
Was it in English?
They had both.
Okay,
So
all right. That's good.
But I wanted to, just as for fun, I wanted to pull some of these names out because I absolutely love other cultures' takes on American business naming, and naming in general when it comes to that with American names for India call centers and stuff like that. I and not in a mocking way. I actually think it's hilarious and funny. And so I pulled a couple of these names that I just wanted to share. So we have the Golden Milky Intelligent Equipment.
Ugh. I don't want to even know what that Milky is.
I don't know what they sell.
What do they make?
I don't know. But I got the name, and I'm like, you know what?
Condoms.
Merca. So Power Battery Lab of Northeast Normal University.
Oh,
It's just a normal place.
They're going to be featured on our BS segment one of these days.
And then Blessedly Tools. I don't know what that is, but
That's definitely adult toys.
yeah. I don't know. But there's like a tech convention. I actually looked up Blessedly Tech Tools. I went to the Google and I typed in Blessedly.
Do I want to know what came up?
Blessedly Tools Co. And I got a very nice picture of probably like a 40 or 50 cent glue gun. So I don't know.
they have great glue guns.
Yeah.
Glue,
Yeah.
glue. I can't say.
You're having a rough go this time.
But yeah. So I found some other cons. I wanted to bring up real quick. Invention Land. You guys ever heard of it?
No. Is this a theme park?
No. Well, it's a place.
Is it in China?
No.
Okay.
It's in Pittsburgh,
It's a
Pennsylvania.
place where you invent
Obviously.
your own fun.
So
When
if
I
you
think-
have an invention out there, people, and you want to get it working, you
when
need
I-
some help.
When I think inventions, I think Pittsburgh.
That's what I thought. I was like, this has got to be somewhere like Silicon Valley or
Yeah.
San Francisco. This is going to be somewhere
Seattle,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
It's there. That's what they have. That's what puts Invention Land.
What are we talking, like kind
So
of
it's
a
just
university setting?
Yeah, so you go into this place and they help you with everything from patenting to manufacturing to packaging. Everything you can think of, they do it. They help you do it, I guess, but it's also an idea farm if you need places. But you can take a tour of Invention Land.
maybe
And I just
maybe all the people that go there can put their heads together and come up with a better name for it.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if they can.
I mean, what's better than Invention Land?
See, all I can think of is, did you guys see the movie Big Hero 6?
yes.
Yes.
So when they go to the university and they're looking at all the students' inventions,
Oh right.
I think of that, except really crappy.
Yeah, if you go to the website, it looks like you're buying something, like, and it's all these little knickknacks that have been
It's a scam.
that have been, because big inventions are more rare than small ones, and so there's all these small gadgets right on the homepage that you can look at as their.
Can you buy 'em?
examples. I think you can buy them. From
I'm probably
them.
gonna have to look at that.
But yeah, go
just
check
to
out
see.
Invention Land. And the other one I wanted to talk to you guys about was INPEX, which is the Invention Convention. Guess where this one's
Convention,
at?
convention. What's your function?
Almost. A little bit of, what is that? Schoolhouse Rock
Yeah.
action right there. I'm betting this one is in.
Pennsylvania. Nope, wrong again.
Dang.
Yep, sorry.
That's what I was gonna, Pennsylvania. I'll bet it's in Pennsylvania.
You win.
Yes!
It's in Pennsylvania.
When I think inventions, I think
12
Pennsylvania.
miles, 12 miles outside of Pennsylvania, in a place called Monroeville. Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say Scranton.
Nope, Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
And what's this place again?
It's this is the big one, Invention Con. I'm actually I actually this is outside of my comfort zone, but I called them.
What?
I called them and
Wow,
tried
that's
to
some
get.
real research.
I know. I wanted to get the pricing for a 1-day pass. Maybe
I'm
I'll
impressed.
go.
I'm impressed.
If people out there want to, maybe somebody person out there, my wife, I don't know, wants to send me to Pittsburgh or Invention Land, I'd go.
Let's hit it up after CES.
So yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be too expensive to get a 1-day pass, but you can go see inventions like on the floor of the show. Walk around and see weird new inventions.
So
I don't know.
This sounds to me like as seen on TV
Yeah,
conference.
yeah. But and everybody's going to have their pitch of these are the people that didn't make it on the show Shark Tank.
Right.
So
So did nobody answer your phone call, or did
No,
you just hang up when someone answered?
So the first time I hung up, I'm not gonna lie. first time I got a message like, "What
Invention
am I doing?"
convention.
Yeah. No, it's worse than that. It was just a voicemail. I got too nervous. I called back though.
Hey, there you go.
I called back and I left a message and I told her to email me or call me, and I don't know if she will.
Nothing.
But that's June 8th. So there's that one. But the other big one, since we can't go to the China one,
Yeah.
boohoo! I kind of was looking forward to that one.
So sorry, go ahead.
So the last one here, Mobile World Congress.
Yeah.
Now that
We
is
were actually talking about this yesterday.
yeah.
So-
now that's an exciting one.
Now that one's in Barcelona, Spain. So
We're
we
headed
should-
there next week.
we
We'll
should-
be
we should-
podcasting live.
we should go there.
We will?
No,
Oh.
we have no money.
No,
That's
we're
true.
just gonna play the Spanish Sesame Street in the background and podcast. And
Jaron and I we speak Spanish.
There you
We can
go.
Get around.
Used
So-
to.
Well, I still
I'm
do
pretty
pretty well.
rusty.
anyway, that one sounds really cool. I did a little bit of research on that one.
Yeah,
I
we're
wish we could
definitely
go to
gonna
that. I'm gonna check it out for sure once it happens. But
we're gonna have some MWC coverage on the next episode
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
sure.
there'll definitely be a ton of phone news. So
yeah,
Yep.
Anyway,
Samsung,
and you know what?
LG.
There won't be any Windows Phone 10 news.
there probably will
Oh.
not
Zing!
Because it's dead.
because it's dead. So, all right, next time.
Yeah.
Anything? You guys have anything? What do you think about?
Oh, next time I am going to do a quick review of the Division Beta 2 on Xbox One.
Ooh.
Because the last time I did the Division Beta, talked about the Division Beta, I was playing it on PC, and this weekend, well, it would have been that last weekend for you that is listening, they had another open beta, and I'm going to play it on the Xbox One this time. Awesome. So we'll talk about that. Jaron?
Well, I'm very excited to talk about all the new phones that'll be announced. So,
MWC phones.
Indeed.
MWC?
Yeah, I've got the Iris. You guys heard of that? The Iris chip
No.
AI
Ooh.
rebranded
Oh, I have heard of
quietly under the name Deep Learning.
Nice.
That's what they've been calling it since.
this. That's a little scarier.
Yeah, since
That
AI, since Stephen Hawking has kind of poo-pooed AI and end of the
Him
world
and,
stuff.
same with Elon Musk.
Yeah,
They're afraid of Terminators.
yeah.
Nah, they've
So-
seen too many Terminator movies.
You can never see too many Terminator movies.
Pull the
Well,
plug.
apparently the public can because they're not making it anymore.
It is the worst decision the public has ever had, not having Terminator movies. It's the best franchise ever.
So Iris, it's a chip. It's supposed to be a new chip that's going to be going in, aside from the graphics GPU and the
It's going to be my next
it's
neural
gonna
network
be-
processor,
It's going to be
a
So,
learning computer.
Anyway, I'm going to see if I can find some more information on that and share that next time about deep learning.
Nice.
Mm,
That'll be next episode.
deep.
2 weeks from today. We'll see you guys then.